Many communities across Minnesota are still dealing with the aftermath of devastating floods.
That includes popular summer spots up north. The small town of Cook near Lake Vermilion is one of those spots. And as WCCO's Jonah Kaplan found out, many of the city's historic businesses are now trying to clean up and restore what floodwaters washed away.
This was our espresso area.
The spectacle should be seen on the screen, not in the actual auditorium. The Comet Theater first opened in 1939. It's now closed indefinitely.
It makes me want to cry because of the history of the place.
Shelley Levinka's family owns and manages the Comet, which she calls the heart of the town of Cook, Minnesota. Torrential rain last month pummeled the region, 6 to 8 inches in roughly 12 hours, flooding River Street for the first time in more than 50 years. Levinka said crews drained nearly 300,000 gallons of water from the theater.
The theater seats were the old ones. We tried to save them by steam cleaning, but we were just afraid because the water was so toxic.
She hopes Comet can reopen next summer. Across the street, the Cook Public Library, it's not as quiet as it's meant to be. Floodwaters made their way there to the bank, the laundromat, the pharmacy, and the town favorite Montana Cafe, which also sustained damage.
We're so small. The town is just over 500 people. This is sometimes the only place for some of these services.
St. Louis County is home to 200,000 Minnesotans. Emergency Services Director Josh Brinkman showing us this damage map that he compared to a shotgun blast.
Right now we're looking at about $14 million worth of public infrastructure damage.
And $14 million to a county like St. Louis. This is not Hennepin or Ramsey. What is $14 million?
Yeah, $14 million is huge. And these $14 million are not just for county infrastructure. This is townships that have a budget of, it could be some of these smaller ones, maybe $50,000, $80,000 a year.
So they're going to need help from the state, from the federal government, and from fellow Minnesotans. Shelley Levinka at the Comet says she's already feeling the love.
It just makes me know that if people want it back, it just gives me more positive energy to be able to do it bigger and better.
In Cook, Jonah Kaplan, WCCO News.
If you'd like to help, there are GoFundMe pages set up for some businesses in the area. Emergency managers also suggest supporting the Red Cross and United Way, which continue to provide meals, shelter, and other services to flood victims.